the giggles.
Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to a very cheery and happy homework video. I'm Lisa from Paddock Designs or ShadyTreezStitchers, and today we've got two people you can see, Jenny from ShadyTreezStitchers.
Hi.
And Karla from CraftAddictK.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us for this discussion about the homework for the first week in April. So this homework is stuff that started on either the 2nd of April or is starting on the 5th of April. And it currently is Monday, the 5th of April, 2021. Very happy Easter to everyone. Hope you're not too full from all those Easter eggs. And I hope you enjoyed the fact that most people could actually get to go to church for a change in person instead of virtual.
And sing.
And sing, yes.
Yes, yes.
So we're going to talk about the weekly homework for this week. There's lots of things happening in all the groups, as always. If you're interested in the monthlies, just check back a few days because we've done the monthly video a few days ago. And this is about the weeklies. So as usual, let's start with the closed group, Cross Stitches Journal and Daily 30. What are we doing this week, Karla?
Well, you know what? This week is a fun week. It is the Unsolved Mysteries week. And so I'm not going to go through all of this backstory, but if you're a mystery buff like I am, it's lots of fun. So to start just into the challenges, the first one, producer Terry Dunn-Muir, I'm probably not saying that right, was inspired to create unsolved mysteries by a missing persons case. William Catterson mysteriously disappeared in 1982, leaving behind a wife and 2 children. The missing man happened to catch an episode that featured his disappearance on TV and later turned himself in, saying he faked his disappearance. Wow. Stitch on a whip that you were inspired to start after seeing it on a screen. And the stitches for this week is 300 or 400 stitches for 3 tokens or 4 tokens.
I think
or 5 tokens. I'm sorry, yeah. 5 tokens.
And as always, is it 100 penalty if you can't do it?
There is alternate stitches. If it doesn't fit a prompt, you can add 100 stitches, or an hour.
So you can do time little thing. It's big thing. Well, I haven't actually worked this one out yet because I was thinking there's 2 ways you can look at it. It could be a piece that was inspired by a movie, or it could be a piece that you've seen on Zoom or FlossTube. So I think for me, I might go with the Zoom or FlossTube, and I don't know if I have a picture of it. I'll have to have a look. My Joya Noel that we're doing as a stitch along.
Oh, yeah.
Which was definitely inspired by a FlossTube, like being on a screen. We saw a post on Facebook, I think, for this one. There it is. I got it. I can show you. So that's this one. The Joy of Noel. And coming through my conversation today, we'll get to it at the end, but the NoNewStarts is doing the riff off. So a lot of my thoughts this week is tying things in with that. And this one I know is on my radar. One, it has a bell, which fits in later. But 2, it is the 12 Days of Christmas. So it'll tie in with something I've got in mind for that. Jenny?
Well, kind of, but not. I'm just trying to remember with the strawberry fields. I bought the pattern because you already had it. So maybe that one?
Yes, because you'd seen that I was going to do it for my birthday.
Yeah.
So strawberry fields, yep. Do you have that to show, or do you want me to show it?
No. Hang on, let me just scroll down to it. There we go.
Yes, because you were going to join me on my birthday sale last year. So you had to get it.
Share this one. So there's my strawberry fields.
There it is.
So that one.
So cute, that one. I need to get back to working on that one.
Yeah.
Karla, what about you?
For me, I think I'm going to do museum shelf because I have been watching Kim Hollenbeck in her floss tube growing this, and I just every time I see her stitch it, I got to pull mine out. So I will see if I can share this up. But there it is. And Kim started hers down in the corner where the dinosaurs are, and I started mine up here where all these picture frames are.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, they're great patterns, those ones.
Yep. So there.
Lovely. What's next?
Oh, that would be me, huh? Sorry, my phone fell asleep. Okay, the series covered over 1,000 cases over its various incarnations across 4 networks. Over half of the episodes involving fugitives have been solved, and over 100 separated families have been able to reunite. Stitch on a piece that is over half complete.
Well, since I've
That
just
won't be any full coverage for me.
finished 2 pieces last week, over half complete. Well, I just found this one. I don't think it fits into anything else, but I don't know if you guys remember I was missing this. My Surfside Cottage went missing earlier this year, and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
I just found it, and it's over half complete because it just needs a couple of daisies and maybe a sun or something, and maybe a colour in the door. Anyway, it's more than half complete, so I guess I could maybe finish that one.
Well,
Jenny.
No. I have one. So for me, it's probably my Verbena Quaker. So this one, because I think it's probably about half done. Well, maybe not quite.
But it's probably your closest to half done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You could work on that.
Yep.
All right. I think I'm going to use Madam Ice's Walrus because they're small, and it's probably the closest I would have to even be remotely halfway done because I do so many big pieces. And I'm working on this little guy, and all I have to do is his body and the 2 candy canes. So that's probably my closest that's not a zombie piece. So we'll go with that.
Cute.
All right.
Next.
Oh, sorry.
It's you.
It's me again. Okay, over 260 cases have been solved thanks to the tips and clues provided by viewers, which accounts for roughly 34% of all the cases featured on the series. Put stitches into a whip of your choice to celebrate the cases that have been solved. This one's a little bit different because you have to put exactly 260 stitches. It's not a timed option, and there is no alternate stitches for this prompt, and you get 5 tokens.
So it's worth doing, and 260 is not a lot. The hardest thing was doing exactly. I did this last night on my grandfather's barn, and I ended up with 259 full stitches, and then to finish a row, because I was counting coming down the row, I don't normally count till I do the full cross, but I figured for this one I needed to count the half cross as a half. Yep. So I did 249 fulls and then 2 halves to make my 259. Well, anyway, do the maths.
Yes.
I got it right.
So that one can be any piece. You just need to
any piece. You just have to do exactly 260 stitches.
That is hard.
It is.
Well, for me, I'd probably do my castle sampler because each box, I'd be able to work out. Yeah, and double dip with getting the alphabet done. So.
Okay. Are you showing that or?
Oh,
sorry. I didn't want to share screen.
Yeah, so I can just keep going up here or do the in-between bits. There's lots of little chunks that I can do, and I know that the squares, the gold squares, it's about 50 stitches, give or take, for each one. So, Yeah.
Well, for me, I am doing, or actually already did this prompt. I did it last night when I was stitching. I did Trick or Treat by Randall Spangler, and I actually restarted this up. So because Pattern Keeper could count for me, it was very, the last 10 stitches, I was like, okay, one more to get those last 10 stitches in. But that's one I used for that.
Cool.
Let's see. Oh.
We just got to pay attention, that's all, because we so often go over.
Okay, fourth prompt. Matthew McConaughey was given his first professional acting role in a season 5 episode of Unsolved Mysteries, in which he played a victim of Edward Bell. Thanks to his appearance 2 weeks after the episode aired, authorities apprehended Bell, captured Bell by stitching on a whip that has a bell in the design.
Right, well, my Joya Noel has a bell, and it's the only one I have that has a bell, I think.
Just having a look. I don't think I have any that have a bell.
It's a hard one. I was going to use my free pass for this one.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine too, and
I thought my Christmas ornament one might, but it doesn't. It's got candles and it's got a French horn, but it
has a bell.
It doesn't. Oh, the end.
Can you see a bell on the French horn? Look, you know.
Okay.
I mean, it's being creative, and we have no jurisdiction on whether that would be accepted or not.
Okay.
But
here, there's a French horn on this one.
Well, the French horn has a bell, and you can see the bell. So if you're going to do it, worth a try.
Yeah. That's the only thing I've got that's anything remotely like a bell.
I'm thinking I'm going to have to do, because I don't see a bell jumping out at me on any of mine. So I'll probably do alternate stitches for that, because why not?
Did your Trick or Treat, is there a doorbell?
Well, I debated on that, but I thought that might be a stretch for the prompt, so I didn't go there. But
do you have any hawk runs?
I have Shores of Hawkrun, but it doesn't have a bell that I saw.
Because if you have a church or a schoolhouse, there might be a bell in the gable of that. I'm just having a look at mine. I think I do have one in here. Hold on. Yep. Okay, so I'm not doing this one this week, but if you have this one, this is Village of Hawkrun Hollow. There's a bell up there down the bottom in the schoolhouse.
Yep.
Yep. Nope, not that one this year. Maybe next year that will be.
Yeah.
All right. The series frequently ranked within the top 10 programs in the country in the 90s, thanks to viewers' insatiable desire to be scared and help solve crimes. The fact that viewers might have an unsolved mystery in their own neighborhoods and backyards gave the series its unique energy. Tell us a story about something that happened in or near your town, or a mystery that has always intrigued you. Tie one of your whips into the story.
Okay. Well, a really, really big mystery in our country more than our town is there's a little boy called William Tyrrell who went missing, and he was staying at his grandparents' foster grandparents' house. So this house here in Blueberry Homecoming reminds me of a grandparent's house in a country town that could be very similar to where he was when he got disappeared. And unfortunately, they are pretty sure he got snatched by pedophiles. And they don't know where he is. They still haven't found him, and it was about 5 years ago. So that's a mystery that I'm interested in. I'm interested in 1, because it's a child, 2, because it's in Australia, and 3, because he was in foster care. And as a carer, I'm always interested in those things.
I don't know. If I picked that same one, then I'd probably do my Beatrix Potter birth sampler, because that's about kids.
Kids.
Where is it? Nope. Here we go. And I'm doing it for my nephew, who, how old was William when he?
4?
4-ish,
I'm guessing.
So I'm doing this for my 2 nephews who are currently 7 and 2. But by the time I finish it, Ben might be 4.
I don't have anything interesting that happens in our town. There's just not much. I mean, but my area is full of the Allegheny National Forest and people go camping. So I can probably tie my stargazer to that. Let me see, pull it up. But really there's not been, it's kind of a small town. So I can replicate the camping because a lot of people do that around me.
Another alternative that I could do is picnic at Hanging Rock. Schoolgirls went missing. It was like early 1900s or something in Melbourne. But again, a fairly big.
That's a good one.
I mean, it was such a big thing that there's a movie about it. So I could do that and do my Little House Neighborhood.
Yes, because those girls would fit in with those.
Girls in slightly old-fashioned dresses. The 2 girls up here. Mind you, the picnic at Hanging Rock girls were wearing white dresses, but, you know, that's probably the closest that I could get.
The other thing I was going, that's all for the homework for Daily 30, but they did have a pop-up challenge this weekend of an Easter egg hunt, which has been a lot of fun. 12 eggs have been posted and you find the Easter egg and you stitch 100 stitches on any project you want for each of the eggs that you find. So that's been a lot of fun this weekend. So I'm glad we had that pop-up challenge.
Yeah, it's been good. I think I've only got one to find because I think it's only 12 in total, isn't there?
Right, 12 in total.
Yeah. Have you found 12 yet?
I've got all 12.
Right, well, I need to go looking.
They're out there.
It's out there. I'll find it. It'll be the last one posted, so it's all good. All right. Then that takes us through to Magical Stitches next, which we haven't got the weekly homework up yet. So unfortunately, we can only talk about the monthly, which wasn't ready when we did the monthly video. So we got the monthly. We're chasing the monsters, as we said, but just in case anyone cares, 500 stitches to catch a manticore, 1,000 stitches to catch a spartoy, which is a skeleton monster, and 1,500 stitches to catch a laydon. So if you're catching monsters, now you have names for your monsters and somewhere to post them, which is great because I had all weekend with lots of stitching and I couldn't catch a single monster. So that's okay. My cabins, I finished about another 5 cabins while building them while I was waiting for the monster post. So that was handy. Okay, well, Magical Stitches Weekly just got released. Don't know how it happens, but every time it's great timing just as I'm filming. So this week, 500 stitches on 2 activities. And if you can't do that, you do 500 stitches on your oldest whip. Goddess Artemis likes to turn people into jackalopes, which is a rabbit and an antelope combined. Stitch on a whip with 2 different animals and give them a name as if you combine them. Well, amazing Animal Kingdom bookshelf.
I have a couple of options for that.
Yep.
I have Beatrix Potter has quite a few different animals. Although I don't know that you'd get anything terribly interesting if you combined any of them. And then if I go, this one, if you combine the lion and the lamb, I don't know. Or even here, I have sheep and squirrels and chickens.
Birds, chooks.
What are you going to name them?
Don't know. That might require a little bit more thinking.
A chirrel.
I got one.
It have to be like a jackalope. Well, I suppose that's half jackrabbit, half antelope.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got, Karla?
I have, and let me see if I can even remember what it's called, but it's by Jeffrey Severn. I think it's take a break, relax, something to
Oh,
that.
look at that.
And I would name Morris the Moose, and up here, Chippy the Chipmunk. That's about as inventive as I get.
Well,
but it's a fun thing to stitch.
I lied. I can't do my Amazing Animal Kingdom bookshelf because that's my full coverage piece for Magical Stitches. But I can do my other 12 Days of Christmas, which would link in the whip riff off to the Joy of Noel, which is also the 12 Days of Christmas. So I'm sure that there's plenty of things. I mean, hey, look, there's a cow. I have a cow. I was looking for a cow for something else. Cow, swan, doves, birds, partridge, obviously. Probably have to do something with the partridge. I don't know. Anyway, so I think I would do my 12 Days of Christmas for that one. All right, the next one is God Apollo loves to speak in haikus. Stitch on a whip that has something that has 5 letters only in it. So an item in the whip with 5 letters in it, like zebra. You need to say what the item is, but you don't have to stitch on it. So,
Cool.
all right, my 12 Days of Christmas has a piper, P-I-P-E-R.
I have a few pieces that have sheep.
Yes, sheep.
And I have this one, Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and sword. I would use sword.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. So an item with 5 letters, you've got to show the cover picture if you're not stitching on the item and say what your 5-letter thing is for 500 stitches. So that's something a bit different. That's good. Okay. Then the next group that has got homework is Crystal Academy. Crystal Academy is just heading off into Defense Against the Devious Arts spells. And there's 2 spells as usual. You can do any one or all of them depending on your team. If you're a commuter, you need to do 1 out of the 3 to learn the spell. So it's 200 stitches, so it's not a lot. And then if you do up to 2 of them, you get maximum points for your clan or whatever they are. Dawn. So Invernatus, the first one. Stitch 200 stitches on your main focus stitch piece for the week. Do either of you have a main focus piece?
Actually, I do. Let me see if I can find it though. Oh, right there she is. Okay. Because I did pick my whip with Semisane, and so that has been my focus piece is Hazel the Giraffe. Hazel's World. And that tied into some of my riff-offs.
Cool. Jen, do you have a focus piece?
I'll probably be my castle because I'm a few letters behind. I need to get caught up.
And I'm not sure what my focus piece is yet. I did put down to choose my whip, and I haven't actually looked to see what was chosen. But I think it will be Animal Kingdom from the way it was going. So I'm not quite sure. I'll work that out. Now, the next one is to stitch in a piece. Sorry, the girls are coming and being noisy. Less than 10 colours. A piece with less than 10 colours.
I know what that would be for me. My Portrait of Antique Vines. It only has 4 colours. This one. It looks like it's got more, but that's because the 3 of them are variegated. Oh, no, sorry, 5 colours. Pink, pinkish, variegated, purple variegated, the browny grey, black and cream. So that would be mine. Or I could do my, I could do this one too. I'm only using 2 colours for that, my Reflections of Paris one. So either of those would work for me.
I am doing Come On Witch, because I can't pronounce it. She's only got a couple of colors, very simple. So, and I just got to do this top half and she'll be done. And she's on one of my zombie pieces, so.
Well, I think I'll double dip. because that's a good way to go. Oh, why did I get to you? Am I big or is it you?
No.
It's me? I've got Karla big on my screen. That's weird. I'm not doing that. I don't want Karla big. I want me big. I'm speaking. Me. My Surfside Cottage, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 colours. And then I've got to add a yellow. So, yeah, I think I'll be under 10 or 10 or under. So that's good. It's going to be less than 10, so it can only be 9. There you go. The next one is to stitch 200 stitches in pink thread.
I'd do my antique vines again and do the pink border.
Oh, I know what I would do. Let me open this up. Here we go. I would do my flamingo stocking from Stony Creek Cross Stitch. There's a lot of pink in there and it needs some help to get done. So here we go.
Lots of pink.
Pink thread. All right, I'm going to have to share mine. We're going to have to find something for me. Well, on saying that, we can always do my big red ship of life.
Yes.
But it's flicking through this way. I don't know how to make it go back to where I want it. That's not what I'm trying to do. Oh, well, we're getting a flick through my pieces to find pink.
With pink.
I've done all the pink on Alice.
Right.
No. Maybe I could do some of this because there's a lot of pink on that quilting one, but I haven't started that yet. I mean, I started the piece. I don't know. I'm going to stop sharing because it's not doing what I wanted to do anyway. Probably best to just do some pink on my big red ship of life, to tell you the truth.
Well, that's kind of why you started that, to have it as colour.
But then the reason why I'd like to find another one is that I tend to do 2 of each prompt to help my dorm. So I sort of need to find another one. So let's see if it will let me share. Hold on, if I shrink it down.
What about Strawberry Fields? Oh, no, because you started at the bottom, so you're not on to doing the strawberries yet.
I'm just trying to get to where I can close this off. It doesn't want to close. Springhouse Trio. Hold on. Where are you gone? I could maybe do some Springhouse Trio because that house in Showers is pink.
Yep.
But I'm not sure I'm near there because I think I'm working on that middle one. And I don't know if I've done the border to get across. So I'll work it out. Okay. The second spell is Mendantis. So Mendantis, a piece you've altered.
Oh.
I'm not going to find a particular one. I've got heaps I've altered. And that comes to mind. Anything I've made a mistake on, I've altered. I've fudged. That's like nearly every piece.
Mine would be, I'm going to share screen here. Mine would be Shores of Hawk Run Hollow. I changed this whole block here with in memory of and made that more to my mother-in-law that passed away. So it's a memory piece for her.
Lovely.
I'm trying to stop share. There we go.
Thank you.
Well, for me, it would probably be my Beatrix Potter again, because I've done it once this way for oldest nephew, and now I'm doing the reverse. A friend of mine's photocopied the pattern, like reverse copied it, so I'm doing the mirror image. So that would probably be it for me. Yeah,
or you could do your little silhouette that you've changed the pink and used a different colour.
Yeah,
different colours would work for that too.
Yep, or my Verbena Quaker, because I'm using Silks for You colours for that, not the called for DMCs.
That's true. All right, the next one is a whip with more than 20 colours.
Well, take your pick. I got a bunch.
I know. I'll let you more than 20 colours in the one block there, Jenny.
Yeah, considering just here, the border, there's 2 rows of, it's 2 different rows of 1 strand of blue, 1 strand of purple. There's if I go in really close, I don't know if you can see, there's a Yeah, you can just see the outside one is slightly darker and the inside one. But yeah, I would say this one's definitely got more than 20 colors. It took me 2 hours to sort the threads before I started that one.
Jeez. Karla, you got which one you're going to do?
Oh my, I could do a whole bunch of them, but you know what? I know that this one I'm working on getting to in my riff off event. So let's look at, I do a lot of heaven and earth and a lot of big projects, but Randall Spangler's Sunday Delight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on getting to that in my riff off. So that's the one I'll probably say for that.
Well, for me, because it is meant to be my focus piece, and it will come up somewhere in my riff off, and it's one of my zombie runs, maximum color, 256 colors in my amazing Animal Kingdom bookshelf by Amy Stewart. And then same thing, I'm easily find a second one to do. And the last one is an object to be assembled. An object to be assembled.
Wow, I could have used my Sunday Delight for that too, because you're assembling a Sunday.
Well, are you reading? So you're hearing that as in you're stitching on something that's in the picture that you could assemble.
Mm-hmm.
See, I've actually read that a totally different way. I'll show you when I find my thing to show you.
While you're looking, I'll show mine because I've got 2 options. And I think I'm probably thinking the same way you are, Lisa.
Yeah.
I could either do my needle roll or my biscornu.
Yes. And I'm inclined to think that this being Crystal Academy, that's probably more what they mean. So I was thinking what came to mind for me, which will fit in with what I've got planned for my current thingo, my gingerbread house pincushion.
Yes.
So you have to assemble that. All right, so that completes the Crystal Academy.
Wow.
All right, Semisane, weekly wise, there's not much going on because it's mostly monthly. We do have whip days. Do you have anything for whip days that you were thinking of, Jenny?
Yes. So one of the whip days is the Zoo Lovers,
which is
so
this week.
I would do my lion and lamb because you definitely find a lion at the zoo.
Yep.
And I really need to do some more on that one because that's the second oldest nephew and he's now 17.
Yes. What about you, Karla? Anything for whip days for you?
No, I sat out whip days this time because of the other things going on, and I'm trying to rein myself back a little bit.
There's so many choices. I've had to drop out of most of my semi-sanes. I couldn't keep up as usual, but I will definitely be able to do some of the whip days, I think. We move over, just so you know, Jenny, to letter H on the 9th.
Yeah, I'm still at C.
Yeah, there you go, Jenny. You're in good company. I'm up to date, but I haven't done G.
I have to do a few more blocks before I can.
Yes, E, F, G, and then move to H on the 9th. Luckily, you're allowed to play catch up, so it's good. But it's good to keep plotting. It's one of my zombie runs, so it will get looked in sometime very soon. Have to tie it in somehow this week. All right, so that brings us to No New Starts, where we are doing a few things this week. Still halfway through working on Aries. Are either of you working through anything for Aries?
Yes. So my plan is, hang on, I'll share and then I can go through them. So my plan is the little tiny white flowers here on Little House Neighborhood are daisies. So that's that one.
Yep.
Then there's, back up here. There's a ram in this one. Never mind that I'm actually thinking of taking the sheep out and putting another rose
pattern
on the pattern. And then what else was there? Diamond. So I'm going to choose here. I have diamond shapes in my Mill Hill Christmas sampler. And what's the
Fire.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything fire.
Well, 3 out of 4 is pretty good.
Yep.
And you done any of them, Karla?
You know, I was looking, I thought I did one of those, but I don't remember what it was if I did it. So
Look, it's because it runs from halfway through the month. It's so long ago.
yeah.
But the biggest thing that's happening at the moment is we are in the middle of the whip riff-off. And it is so much fun. I am loving doing it. And I just thought we may need a little bit of moment to see if we can work out how to riff off these pieces we've chosen into each other. So how are you going with it, Karla?
I'm doing really good. I think I'm up to 6 projects now, and I've got my next 3 planned. I'm hats off to Natalie planning this. This has been a lot of fun. And at first I was confused, but when you guys did the video, it really helped explain. And so now I find I'm sitting here doing the stitches and I'm thinking, okay, where's this next one going to go? And I tied Trick or Treat into my swamp of Alligator Girl because the houses link together. And I'm using the alligator in Alligator Girl to link me to Animal Kingdom. Because of the animals. And then I'm linking that to my Happy Camper because of the trees. There's trees in, because you can't use animals like multiple times. So I got to do something different. And my Happy Camper is so cute. I got to show this one. I'm going to show this one. Let me share this because I just love this one. It is so cute. And when you see it, you're going to laugh. All right, so here's my Happy Camper, and they're eating food. So I'm tying that to my Sunday Delight because of the food aspect of making a Sunday. They're cooking the meal here on the grill, and we're going to have dessert on the Sunday Delight. And from there, I might do Rise of the Witches because of the ice cream made from milk, and cats like milk. So I'm trying to kind of plan a couple of steps ahead. And then if I see a project that I think I could take this a different route, then I go a different route with it. So it's been fun. It's been big. It's tickling my brain cells.
I'm going to butt in before we get to you, Jenny, because I know you need help. I'm not quite sure of my combination, but I'm currently on I've just finished Miss Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Right. So that's making me think Christmas. And I have a few options to go with Christmas, but I'm not sure which way to link them to get the maximum out of it. So I have my Christmas house trio, but I'm thinking now that I want to work on the surf cottage, I need to link those 2 at the end as houses.
Yeah.
I have got Winter by Cricket Collection, but we could come back to snow maybe. We've got the 12 Days of Christmas, this one, and then the Joy of Noel.
I think I can link your winter to your houses because in the winter you want to be inside the house when it's warm.
Yep,
you can link
snow on it. So I could go there the winter.
And you've got Christmas house. No, yeah, sorry, you were already pulling out Christmas house trio. So yeah.
And you could link your Christmas ones to winter because of the snow.
Yeah, so go through to winter, through to the Christmas house trio, and then off to the seaside. That's like a really big link. So it's just a matter.
You've also got your sampler one. Your the Christmas the one that's the same as the All Hallows Eve.
Yes, I had Christmas Eve sampler. So I've got lots of things there to link to. I'm thinking maybe I might go to this one next because Miss Christmas Eve is wearing that beautiful, pretty dress. And her dress is mostly green with a bit of red. And these dresses are mostly red with a bit of green. Because I can't use the same link twice.
No.
And this one will link to Joy and Noel through the song.
Yes.
And then from Joy and Noel, I can link through to, I'm not sure, something, I can actually use the Christmas link then. Maybe to my Christmas by Cricket collection.
Yes. And then you can link that to winter because they're both cricket collection.
Yes.
And then from that to the snow for the house, and then to your surf side.
Yeah, then my surf side done, and then after that, I then will link the house. The house is already linking, but then I want to get back to my gingerbread houses because I need to build that gingerbread house for Crystal Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the brown of the.
What about, could you do your gingerbread house, link that first before you link into your houses, and take the gingerbread house to one of your houses, and then go from the winter cold house to a summer cozy beachside vacation house?
But I can't use house twice.
No, but gingerbread could fit in with the Christmas. Like, are any of your other Christmas ones, do they have any gingerbread stuff?
I have a whole bunch of gingerbread ones. I have a whole little trail I can do of gingerbread. No, I'm thinking the brown on that ground is the same color as my gingerbread builder, gingerbread house fabric. So the brown could be the fabric versus the color. So there you go. That'll get me my next few. I'm already at number 10.
I was going to say, is there a minimum, or I mean, is there a maximum?
No, there's no maximum. It's 200 stitches each. And when you get to 10, you get your first whatever.
Okay, so you can keep going beyond 10.
Yes, but there's also the bonus things to fit in. And somewhere in there, I need to put Once Upon a Fairy Tale because I think it has 5 bonus items in it. So 200 stitches for 5 bonus items needs to get in there. And I need to get my Animal Kingdom in there somewhere too. So I'm thinking my Animal Kingdom will link to my Once Upon a Fairy Tale because they're both hates.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. It's fun trying to think where you're going. So that's sort of this week's stitching plan. What about you, Jenny?
Well, I think the only limit you have with that is you can't touch any whip more than once unless you've done all of them, and then you can start repeating.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen for me.
Not for you, no.
Yeah, that's not going to happen for me either. But it's been fun pulling out whips that I haven't seen since the NoNewStarts and being focused on projects.
Yeah.
So this has been nice to get some love on some of the other ones.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, like, I haven't started it yet because I was going, laughter. I don't know. But having seen Natalie and Lisa's latest, the monthly homework video, and they were talking about it. So I'm thinking, maybe I could start with Beatrix Potter because I'm doing that for children, and children laugh. And so children's laughter.
Yep.
And then whether I go, because it's got animals, what did I say, animals or words, and then I could link to my ladybug, because ladybug's one of the bonus items.
Yep.
And then this is a needle roll, so I could go from that to maybe to the biscornu, because again, it's a little, I don't know.
A built item, yes.
Yes. Or
and then there's flowers on your biscornu, so where would you go after that?
No. Or I can do from the needle, go to sewing with Mama, because there's a sewing machine with needle.
Yeah.
And then again, that's got flowers and scissors.
So they would link through. You can get those two links somehow. And realistically, Jen, you're not probably going to get much further than that. So
it's got scissors, and so I could then go to my scissor keep.
Yep.
Strawberries, link that to strawberries.
Yep. See?
Once you get started, it just starts to flow.
Yeah.
It was the initial couple, and then I was like, okay, I think I got this now. But give it a try. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. It's fun.
Well, because that was the thing for me. Like when they said that the first word is laughter, it's like none of
you know what I picked? Shores of Hawkrun for laughter, because I'm on my last block and it makes me happy.
Yeah. I think she'll be fairly kind with the first one.
Yeah. Well, because for mine, it's like, yes, I've got whips with people in them, but most of them, they're, the antique vines, it's a silhouette, or the castle sampler, there's a lord and lady and minstrels. It's a very formal setting. There's not really going to be any laughter. So trying to work out how I could fit the laughter in to get started. So, yeah.
I think you're on the right track.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. And then Dynasty of Dragons we've just finished the Ostrich Joust. And I'd like to personally thank all other rogues who supported us and enabled us to be the Ostrich Jousting champions. Thank you. The McCaffrey dynasty say thank you. And I think we're just heading back into now our next little adventure. So there's no set things for you to stitch on, which is one of the things I love about this group. You just stitch for ingredients and we work out where we want to go in our story. It's like a choose your own adventure. So if anyone's interested in a group that's fun and low pressure, come and join Dynasty of Dragons as a rogue. Karla's a rogue.
Yeah.
And it's fun, and you just stitch for ingredients and help out teams. Karla's very friendly, and she likes to share the love around and help out lots of people. It's really good. But you can have a favourite team as long as it's McCaffrey.
Got to spread the love.
That's right. So then the last weekly homework one is the Supernatural Stitchers. So remember, this one is about you just basically building up your own stash fund to spend later. And in NoNewStarts, we have a couple of plans for later in the year. I will mention one thing that came up when I was working through my ideas for my riff-off. And Natalie went, you know what? She's thinking she might do a Christmas mania. So if anyone's interested in a Christmas mania, working on the whips you've got, obviously, for NoNewStarts, I think Natalie's thinking about doing it. So if you want to have some company on Christmas mania, look out and see if Natalie posts anything in NoNewStarts about joining her for that. I'm personally going to probably do a mania that's more of a working on previous mania starts on the right day, a bit more of the Blimey Cat sort of method. Obviously, it's a whip mania because it's NoNewStarts and there's plenty to work on. I may actually make it working on the pieces I haven't worked on yet by then because there's still quite a few I haven't touched. So I'm not sure yet. I need to sit down and work out, well, what do I have that would fit in on days? Do you have any mania plans, Karla?
No, but I like the Blimey Cat method. I've done that before. I think a lot of us in NoNewStarts, I've heard talk about, we really went gangbusters to start everything before the new year because we're going to run out.
Yep.
So I think it's a great idea to do that in December because a lot of us were starting a lot of things in December to get ready. So good time to touch all of those things again.
Yeah. And you, Jenny, you got any plans for Mania?
No, I hadn't got that's still a month away.
I know. All right, what's in Supernatural? What are we doing, Jen?
Okay, so it's a blatantly Halloween-centric episode. Pull out your Halloween stitching if you've got it in your whip pile or a project which includes candy.
Okay.
I don't have either of those.
Well, I could do either, but nothing's really in my... I seem to be a bit Christmassy this week, don't I? So candy, definitely there's candy on my gingerbread manor.
Oh, yes.
Karla, got anything for candy?
You know what? I've got candy canes in my pink flamingo stocking, believe it or not. There's 3 candy canes poking out of the sand.
And so also your little walrus one that you said you were going to work.
Oh, yeah, and it's got candy canes there, too.
I'm going to give you some eye candy. I'm just trying to find it because you can't talk about this one without actually sharing it.
Oh, your gingerbread cottage.
There you go.
House, as opposed to your cottage. Your gingerbread
My manor. Well, there's candy on lots of things, but that one is the one. When I think of candy, that's the one I think of.
My goodness.
Yeah, I would love to eat that. What's next?
Okay, the boys quickly determine this week's perp is a witch when they find the first hex bag behind the victim's fridge. Stitch on a project which includes something you might find in a hex bag.
Gosh.
In a hex bag.
Well,
all right, I've got one.
Mm-hmm.
I might have a gold ring in a hex bag.
Yes. Yes. I'm thinking sort of fruit or leaves or something along that.
Hair.
Hair. Yes. Yes.
Hair of the person you want to hex.
Yes.
Oh, that's true. So any person's got hair.
I could do Beatrix Potter because I have new toe of frog
Ha-ha, that works. There you go. See? And remember, with these ones, I generally try to not use the same project more than once, because you do however many hundreds of stitches you want to do on it.
Yeah.
So there's sort of no point filling in this prompt and that one with the same piece, because you could just do 500 stitches for this bit.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Okay, Sam is honoured to meet Castiel, but the angel is reluctant to shake Sam's hand, knowing the demon blood Sam carries. Stitch on a project that shows human or divine hands.
Oh, I got one. I don't know about divine hands, but I have my little quick stitch Twilight couple. Let's see. And you can see their hands.
Yes, you can.
So we'll go with that.
Human hands.
Oh, you've just finished on Miss Christmas Eve, haven't you? Otherwise, I was going to say.
I have, and she hasn't started yet. And I don't know of anyone else I'm planning to stitch on. And I've just finished on Grandfather's Barn, and it's got hands. So I've stitched on my Maidens of the Season, and they've got hands. I think I have plenty of things with hands.
Yes.
It's just whether any of them are actually going to make it to the, Miss Christmas Eve has those horrible hands like her artist does.
Well, for me, it would probably be Castle, because down here there's the Lord and Lady and Minstrels, so they've got hands.
This one for me, by Samurai.
Oh, there you go.
I can't remember why, but he's in my bag of things that I was going to stitch on this week. So when I work out what I was going to stitch him for, he has hands.
Okay. Cass urges the boys to look at the bigger picture, that the deaths of 1,214 people are outweighed by the saving of 6 billion if they can stop the breaking of the seal and the release of Lucifer. Put in some stitches on your biggest picture, your largest whip, by dimension or stitch count.
Okay.
Mine's easy.
Yes, for you.
Or my other Teresa Wensler, which is the lion and lamb one, which is also quite large.
Mine would be my super size Once Upon a Fairy Tale. It's the biggest one I got right there. And
Yeah,
I'm only up in this little bitty place up here. So it needs some.
Well, for me, I usually use this one for my largest, and in case someone's new and hasn't seen it. This thing, Once Upon a Fairy Tale Village. It's a very blurry photo, but it is actually like as long as I am tall. So it is huge. It's not actually very high. It's only 30 centimeters tall, but it's cool. I know Jenny and I held some fabric up in an earlier video. So, and that's one of my it's just become one of my zombie run pieces. So that would be good to double dip into that.
Okay. Uriel, the smiting specialist, has no respect for humans, which he calls mud monkeys. The Castiel reminds him he's nearing blasphemy with such a label. Stitch on a whip that includes monkeys or other wild animals.
I got this one. Oh, I love this one. Let me find it. I got to find it. Oh my gosh. Here we go. And some people in Virtual Stitchers know this quite well.
I was going to say, I can tell what it's going to be.
Monkey on a throne?
Monkey on a toilet. What's yours called?
I haven't named her yet. She has to wait until she's stitched, and then I'll name her.
If I was stitching her, she'd be Annie, because she's wearing a dress like Orphan Annie in Annie.
Yes.
So
Yes.
You're right. You're right.
So she'd be Annie. My Amazing Animal Kingdom, hands down for that one.
Yeah. Teresa Wensler, the Peaceable Kingdom lion and lamb one. Although the lion is looking very tame, he's still a wild animal.
Yeah.
Okay. The boys exit the motel room and find Baby has been egged by the kid in the astronaut costume. Stitch on a project that includes outer space.
No.
For me, it'd be Hazel's World because it does have some like planets behind her.
Yeah, but you could also do that one. Remember, we had this conversation before with the star signs in the camping.
Oh, yeah, that's right. With my stargazer.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which you already were working on for something. So,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, nothing. I won't be doing that one.
Well, all I was thinking potentially, like the closest thing that I've got in my castle sampler down the bottom, there's the sun and the moon.
Yep.
They're in outer space.
Well, that's true. That's
the closest I've got.
Yeah. If something I'm working on has stars, I was thinking of that, but I was just looking at the ones I've got in mind for this week, and I don't think any of them are doing it.
Or I am planning to use my freebie start to restart one for a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yoda.
Yoda's in outer space. Definitely.
That would be it for me. Oh, hang on, my phone just went. But okay. Sam figures out that to char the baby bones, the heat would have to exceed a kitchen oven, leading them to the pottery kilns in the art teacher's studio. Stitch on a whip that shows pottery, crockery, or dishes.
This one's had me tricked because I was trying to work on something that was made from clay, and I'm trying to find something that's made from clay. So,
is that because you need that for something else?
Yes, but I'm just looking at this one. I'll share, and let's see if we can find anything here. Because made from clay and pottery are the same thing.
Yeah.
The Joyeux Noel, I was hoping there might have been a basket or something made of clay, but it doesn't look like there is.
What about under the 3 calling birds?
Yes, there you go. Thank you. The 3 calling birds are sitting in a clay pot, according to me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I'm going to do Heartstring Sampleries, Prairie Life Sampler. If I can get up here. And right down here is a cup, and that's a dish.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go with that.
Yep. Well, I'd be doing a cup as well. In my Stitching with Mama, there is a teacup.
There is. Yeah. Cute.
Yep. After Semisane rises and possesses one of the 2 witches who summoned him, he locks the teenage partygoers into the crypt to die at the hands of the dead. Stitch on a whip that features a closed door or gate.
Oh, look, any of my houses.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even if you wanted to, Strawberry Fields has a house and a gate.
Yes.
Yeah, so does that Trick or Treat by Randall Spangler, that big old spooky house, and it's got a gate.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, a couple more to go still. Stitch on a project with a title that starts with a letter in Zombie, Ghost, Orgy.
Oh.
Or was produced by a design company or designed by a person with a first or last name that starts with one of those letters.
ZOMBIEGH.
So Haid would work. H for Haid.
S.
Okay, well, I got a bunch of those.
TR.
Randall Spangler. R and S. So Karla could do any of her Randall Spangler ones. T, I could do any of my Teresa Wentzler ones.
What am I doing?
B for Blackbird Designs.
M.
What about their houses?
M, yes.
Waxing Room Designs, my houses. This one's Country. That one. Cricket Collection.
No.
Design Works.
But
I'm not sure who's done.
It can be the name of the piece as well. It can be the title of the project.
Joyeux Noel. I'm quite sure I can find something.
Haid. H for Haid.
Yeah, H for Haid's probably my easiest option.
Yeah, you're already stitching on Animal Kingdom for a couple different things, so.
True. But I was already doing that for another one, but that's okay.
Triple dipple dip.
No. Anything else, Jenny?
Yes, Sam loses Ruby's knife in the fight with the demon, so resorts to using his power to drive the demon from Don Harding's body, though it's a great struggle and he sustains a nosebleed from the effort. Stitch on a whip that has been a struggle for you or that you're striving to finish by a deadline. That would be my Teresa Wentzler Peaceable Kingdom for me. It has been a struggle.
Oh, I would probably say My Trick or Treat by Randall Spangler, because I yesterday frogged 500 stitches out of that bugger and restarted it.
Fair enough. I have way too many to pick from, so I will just see what I get to.
Okay. Sitting on the benches at the park, Castiel tells Dean that the Angels' true mission was to follow whatever orders he gave them, to follow him as leader of the battle, though Dean rejects it as not the Tet offensive. Stitch on a project related to war or soldiers.
Oh. Well, I could do it sideways, but I know some of us are working on this. I could do One Nation, because during war they raise their flags.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep. Well, I don't think I have anything, but I have a few ideas on what Lisa could be picking out.
Lisa has a few ideas, actually. I mean, obviously the first one that comes to mind, which is not on my rotation for this week, is Lest We Forget by Paddock Lane Designs. So obviously that's in memorial. My samurai, he's got a sword and he's like a Chinese warrior.
Yes. Anzac.
Anzac, yes. I could do Anzac. It's sitting there. Just seeing if there's anything else.
Castle one.
I mean, I'm already doing the 12 Days of Christmas, but the drummers drumming look like they're in uniform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you scroll down a little bit more, your castle.
Yes, the castle with the knight, that definitely.
Yeah.
My
castle has Lord and Lady and Minstrels, so it's not soldiers.
You know, I could actually do my Once Upon a Fairy Tale because of the knights and the ship and, you know, archers and, all that sort of stuff. Awesome.
Okay, last one. Castiel also admits to Dean that the next few months will be a significant struggle and he doesn't envy Dean. But Dean philosophically points out the kids and the playground and all of their environment is what makes it worth the fight. Stitch on a project that features a playground, picnic, or other idyllic outdoor setting.
Oh, I would do my Happy Camper with my bears that are having their picnic.
I have no idea. But that's okay. I don't have to do them all. And yes, I do say that now. Your playground, you'd do your Peaceful Kingdom, wouldn't you, Jen?
Well, yes, I suppose that it says idyllic outdoor setting. So yes, that particular scene is fairly idyllic outdoor. That's about the closest I've got to something for that one.
There's quite a few idyllic outdoor scenes in my fairy tale, but also in my gingerbread cottage. I mean, that's an idyllic outdoor scene too.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Well, I think that pretty much does us for the weekly. Wow. That's our big weekly. Thank you so much for your time, girls. Everybody, thanks for joining us. Hopefully we've helped you out. As usual, if you've got any questions, just put them in the comments below. And if not, we just wish you a happy week of stitching and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.